Halloween. And as you've probably gathered, I tend to actually do a whole series of these vlogging videos all in one go, mainly because I'm travelling to a client and I'm here in a vehicle on my own, so I know a lot of people do vlogging in a car because it is quite mundane. Anyway, like a lot of paranormalers, fellow paranormalers, there's always lots of questions, and that's one thing I'm not short of, is questions. Always questions. And you know, you're seeking out answers to those questions, and sometimes I think in life, you know, questions just don't need to be answered. Maybe they should just be left. We don't need to understand them. They just exist, and you know, things exist and things happen, and you know, why question it? But anyway, another subject that I've always, even from a very early age, I've been curious about, is why would a spirit attach itself to an object? And the reason why I say this is because I watched a video done quite recently. The name escapes me off the top of my head, but a chap in America, I believe, who was sent. He gets sent items that apparently are possessed, and or has an attachment, you know, a spirit attached to it, or several spirits attached to it. And I think that's actually quite a curious thing. Why a spirit would actually attach itself to an object? I mean, if it's an intelligent spirit, I can understand it being attached to an area, or maybe where it resided or it lived before, or it had an event, or something like a house, or you know, a building, or an area of land, a tree, you know, something like that. But to actually be attached to something like a doll or a Ouija board, you know, I find that actually quite interesting. Maybe there is no answer to it. I'm not expecting somebody to come up with an answer to it. I mean, unless, of course, the let's say, stick with the doll, the doll was associated with that spirit, maybe somehow. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Why an object would become haunted, if you like? Or why would it have an attachment of a spirit? I mean, you know, if somebody's got any thoughts or ideas about why a spirit would attach itself to an object, it's quite interesting. Does that mean that a spirit chooses to be attached to an object, or was it forced? Or maybe the event, you know, whatever happened, you know, the energy of the spirit got attached to this object. I don't know. There are buildings, obviously, that have spirits attached to them. Some of them are intelligent, and some of them are I think, what they call brick recordings. Now, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like a tape attached to an object, which you know, plays itself back or does things or something. But then, saying that, this particular person, and I wish I could remember his name, but this particular person had quite a lot of intelligent interactions with this doll. I mean, it even scratched him, you know, and apparently he kept it in a cupboard, and every time he went to go to the cupboard to get this doll out, it was in a different place. So, you know, it was obviously moving around inside this, and he was having intelligent conversations with the spirits, or, you know, spirits attached to this doll. So that kind of scrubs that out, that it's not really, you know, a recording, a brick recording. It is curious. I am actually quite curious about that, why a spirit would attach itself to an object. If anyone has got any other ideas about it, or can explain it, or has also thought about the subject, I mean, I'm sure other people have actually thought about the subject. I'd be very interested to hear your comments below. Okay, see you again.